Capricorn, Dark Dove Tarot here. Hope you're doing fantastic. This is your reconciliation read for April. So again, this is your April 2021 reconciliation read. This is about you and another energy, another person, a past connection, a past relationship. Ooh, those are sticking together. So again, this is about you and another person. If that does not, interest you at all, then this is probably not a read for you. So please don't get down in my comments and be, upset that we're talking about a past person. I'm just letting you know up front, this is about you and a past energy. Seeing what's going on, what they're up to, what you're up to, you get it. All right, so any likes, subscribes, comments are greatly appreciated. If you want a private read, the information is in the description below. Also, this is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So again, this is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is a general reconciliation read. If you want a personal, private read pertaining to your particular situation, the information is in the links below. Also, I'm offering a extended reading to this. So if it resonates, feel free to check that out. And you can find the link to get the extended portion down below as well. So let's see what is going on for Capricorn. For reconciliation, any likes, subscribes, comments are greatly appreciated. As I said, private reads are available as well. Any of the cards I'm using are listed down below. So if there's a deck that you're interested in, those are listed on the About section and down below. All right, a few more cards here, Capricorn, and we'll get started for your reconciliation read. Also, I read for your sign on the left side here, but it can be completely flipped. So please keep that in mind, that there is a possibility of this not being your side and the other side being more congruent for you. So keep that in mind, and cross watchers are welcome as well. But like I said, pick the side that resonates with you, but I will be addressing you, Capricorn, over here on the left. All right, a few more cards and we will get started. So we already know Green Corn Moon coming in as your oracle card, and I'll pick it up and give you a closer look here in a moment. But this talks about patience, and this sounds like there needs to be a boatload of patience between the two of you. For whatever reason, I'm getting a major patience is an issue because there's a possibility that this is a very, very strong connection, a connection that has not died down yet or may not be ready to die down completely. And we'll get to that in a few minutes and get over to where I'm seeing that the most and where I'm talking about right in here. Especially this is big time coming out for you guys, Capricorn, and it feels as though this is long awaited. So let's go ahead. As I said, you've got patience here we're talking about, which is in essence, waiting for divine timing, waiting for something to come. And it feels as though you're not sitting around waiting. I'm not saying that you're not dating other people, or they're not, or that, you've been wallowing, or that they've been wallowing. But what I'm saying is, this is a journey, and it's not about, a single destination. It could be about several destinations. It's not necessarily about where you're going to land. It's about where you're going and what's going to happen. So this also talks about, the slowness of it, that slowing things down and getting the bigger picture, or really appreciating what it is you have or what you want is going to be a really big deal when it comes to this other person. This isn't just a very feisty, lusty, like on fire, ups and downs. This is something that was going to be long term, or this is somebody that is supposed to be in your life for a reason. Now, I'm a firm believer that people are in each other's lives for a reason, but this person specifically is here for a much bigger story. And I'll get to a lot of why I'm saying that right now here in a moment. But you come out with the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups is slow moving, stagnation. Again, kind of going along with the patience here. This isn't something that was meant to happen when it came to fruition. So this wasn't something that was supposed to happen when you guys met. Now, this is in your head, and in your head, you're knowing, or you understand that there's a reason this didn't happen when it did. Maybe this person wasn't ready to settle down. Maybe you weren't ready to settle down. Maybe you needed to learn more about yourself. Maybe they needed to learn more about themselves, because the Eight of Cups is slow moving, and these two people are, kind of looking for each other, but they're on opposite sides. So where do I find this person? Where do I, and for some of you, it's like, well, not at the end of a cup or the end of the bottle. So maybe you're dealing with somebody who was still in like a partying stage, or, maybe they weren't in the position to really, really settle down, or vice versa. But there's something here that says that you realize now why it didn't take off in the direction that you thought that originally this would take off in. Now, in your heart, you have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a greedy energy, not wanting to let go. And there's a reason that you're feeling this, Capricorn. There's a reason. And for some of you, somebody out there's going, but I have let them go. But they're not in my life, but I've moved on. And maybe you have moved on with somebody, but there's something here that's saying, as well as I do, Capricorn, that there is still this little niche there that will be always for this person. And why, because that story isn't particularly ended yet. But like I said, the Four of Pentacles is kind of a greedy energy in the sense that for a lot of you, you didn't give this person your all. For a lot of you, there were some insecurities. They're telling me like abandonment issues. So maybe, there was always a reason. Maybe there was a fight always being caused. And I'm not saying you were causing the fight, but maybe there were insecurities on both sides, or, different kind of holes in the situation almost, where it wasn't a very fulfilling feeling towards the end. It was almost loneliness, even though you guys were together. And the Four of Pentacles is saying you weren't willing to give all of your heart away. For whatever reason at that time, you didn't trust the situation, or there was a reason not to. Maybe it wasn't, they weren't trustworthy to have your heart at the time. In their head, okay, they have the King of Wands, which is somebody who's come back around as, not even come back around, but in this case scenario, coming back around as a very moral, like they've taken the high road. They understand now, a better perspective of maybe how they treated you. They weren't very grounded. They didn't expend the energy to take the time to be with you, to caress your wounds. Or I know that sounds strange, but it's almost as if they kind of like had daggers, and they could be very mean or very hurtful. And at the time it was all about them and what they wanted and what was good for them. And that's why you kind of realize now, it wasn't our timing. They weren't ready. Had they settled down, they wouldn't have been happy. Had we moved on with things we wanted to do, get married or have kids or whatever the situation is, it wouldn't have been timing. But then now they have the Magician in their heart, almost like they're manifesting this back with you, or almost like they're manifesting somebody. They want a particular life. They want to settle down. They want those things that you guys had originally wanted, and it brings them back towards you, brings them back around towards you, Capricorn, saying that what they've manifested with this Magician is exactly what they were pursuing with you, or exactly what you were offering, or exactly the direction that you guys were potentially going in the first place. Because then you have this present situation. This is very interesting. You have the Six of Swords and the Death card. So the Six of Swords is like, your plan is to move completely away from this person. You have the patience to move forward, move on, and start a different journey. And you're right now saying, well, if they contact me, I might, consider communicating with them, but I have no, there's no reason to stay. I want to leave this situation behind. Now, the Six of Swords can also talk about traveling. It can talk about vacation. It can talk about relocation. So that could be that as well. But what's interesting here is mentally in your head, you knew that you guys had grown apart. You knew that this was moving slowly, but you knew that at some point it would come back. But I don't think you were expecting it to come back as soon as it's going to come back, or as quickly as it's going to come back, because here you have the Death card, and the Death card is Scorpio's card. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio or have Scorpio placements in your chart. But the interesting thing with the Death card is the Death card is not a physical card or physical death. It's an excellent card. The Death card is a transformation, a change, a rebirth. Now, there's something here that says they're going to change your mind, or they're going to prove to you, or there's something coming in here where it's like, this is, this is the timing, even though you're ready to walk away, even though you were, you know, you're turning your back on the situation completely. It's almost like just in the nick of time, they come in and say, but wait, Capricorn, there's more. There's more. For $19.99 plus $1.50, you get, you know, the knife sharpener that goes with it. But no, seriously, you were ready to close your back on this. And now with the Death card, you're going, well, wait a minute. Maybe there's a rebirth. Maybe we're relighting this. And the whole reason I'm honing in on this, very interestingly, is because, look, I mean, it couldn't get any clearer than this. There's the Lover's card and the Two of Cups card, okay? And they almost look connected to me right here. Like, I know that sounds strange, but they almost look like they're in the same yard. I mean, the trees are a little different, but for some reason, there's like a connecting card here. But the reason I'm saying that is, look, the Lover's card and the Twin Flame Soulmate Connection card on their side saying, this is them coming back, whether it's a lesson to be learned between the two of you, whether it's whatever it is. This is huge. The Lover's card is Gemini's card. So you could be dealing with a Gemini or have Gemini placements in your chart. But the Lover's card is unbelievable, coming back next to the Two of Cups. So in their present situation, in their feelings about you or what they're thinking is, how do I prove to Capricorn that they're it? How do I prove to Capricorn that this is a soulmate energy, that this is, and you may be like, well, I wasn't good enough before, or they didn't care before, or they didn't put, but something, there's something in the water that's changed. I can't explain it. Maybe they needed to sow their wild oats, or they needed to be sure. And maybe that's not fair. And maybe it's not fucking fair. And I get that. But at the same time, there's definitely something here when the Lovers and the Two of Cups, the Twin Flame, you know, soulmate connection cards are coming out. This is not just a blip coming back to see what you're up to. This is a, you know, should we get married and have kids? Or, you know, you're the person that I want to grow old with type energy. Now here in the future, you have the Two of Pentacles, which is balance, priorities, change. So you're willing to consider this, but you don't want any drama. You need to know that this is like, that this is coming in fresh, that there's no craziness, there's nothing behind it. Because over here in their future, they have the Three of Pentacles, which is third party energy. Now what's interesting is the first thing I thought of was kids. So not that kids are third parties, because, you know, kids are that they're everything. My son is my life. But there's something here when I say the third party is kids. There's something, I'm not getting a third party energy like they're married. I'm not getting a third party, and you may come in and say, well, they are, then maybe they're getting divorced or things aren't going well, but I'm not getting a third party energy as like an adult. For some reason, I'm getting a kid, like maybe they had a child with somebody else, or maybe, you know, somebody else is pregnant. I don't know. There's something here that's coming up as a child. They're showing me like a baby, or maybe they want a baby with you. So instead of it just being the two of you, they want to, you know, let's get married, let's have kids, let's adopt a fur baby. Hell, maybe they have like a flock of baby goats in pajamas. I don't know. But there's something here. It doesn't feel like a marriage, or it doesn't feel like they're in another relationship. So, but you're Two of Pentacles, they're Three of Pentacles. So you're like, I'm balanced, I'm good. And they're like, let's throw a wrench in this. Let's get pregnant. Let's have a baby. Let's, you know, again, let's get a pot-bellied pig and name him, you know, Bacon. I don't know. But there's something here where you're like, okay, we need to kind of plan and, you know, slow going, slow movement, patience. And they're going, you know, heck no, is that, you know, is that oven open? I know that's terrible, but that's seriously, and not because of the pig, Bacon, but the baby oven. Anyways, just clarifying that. And then you have the High Priestess, which is the universe will show you and tell you when it's time, when it's right. The universe will point you in the right direction. You will know, you know, when it's time to make a move and when it's ready. Now it's interesting here because they have the Ten of Wands closing this out, and the Ten of Wands is releasing a burden. So it's almost as if maybe they do have, and I hate when people call it baggage, because it's not baggage. Like to me, if anybody ever says, oh, your kid is baggage, you've never seen a mom rage like I can rage. You don't even want to see it. But like for real, this burden was let go. So maybe they went through a divorce. Maybe they're not together with somebody they were before, but they do have somebody else, like in the form of a little person, or, you know, whatever the case may be. because they released something that was holding them down. You know, maybe before when you knew them and you wanted more, or you were wanting, you know, for this to be a heavy relationship, they were going through a divorce then, or they had kids then, or they were, you know, having kids, or, you know, they were in the middle of this whole chaos and it wasn't time. They couldn't handle it, and they couldn't give you what you wanted. And now they're coming back saying, but holy cow, the Lovers and the Two of Cups, you know, twin flames and you know, twin flames and you know, duality and two people coming together. I mean, that's some pretty heavy stuff. So, all right, in the extended read, I'm going to add 12 more cards and a few more oracles. If you're interested, the link is below. I'll see you later, Cap. Bye.